So I'm going to import a new animation. You should have seen this and done this with me a few times already. So you might just notice that I've dragged and dropped an MMA kick. So I got the kick from Mixamo. I did it exactly the same way we'd done before. I'm just not going to go through that part again. So if I select it here, I want to make sure that it's rigged for a humanoid, and that the animation has. I'll change its name here in a sec, but let's just see. I want to say, okay, yeah, loop time. So no loop, because the kick should happen just once and only happen when I trigger it and not any other time. And has exit time, I guess, is inside when I get it in the project. So let's change the name, and we'll call this high kick. So I'm using something called camel case. I'm using a kind of variation on camel case. If it's a single word like run, I'm capitalizing it. If it's a compound word or two words or more words, I cram them together as if it was one word, and then I don't capitalize the first one, but I capitalize the second one. This is just my style. So I'm using camel case. The kick is capitalized and the H in high is not, in my case here. And then let's see here, apply. No, that didn't take somehow for some reason. It just, I noticed that this, if I turn on loop time and turn it off, I can get the apply button back. Kind of a glitch. We'll try this again. And apply. Okay. Let's see what it looks like inside here. Still called Mixamo. So I don't know why it's not taking my change. I don't know what the deal was. I just did it a third time, and there it is. So now it's changed. I've hit the accept button. If we open this up down here, we can see high kick. So I don't know. Third time's a charm. I think I've done everything I need to here. Let's go back to high kick. What I want to do here is get it out of the MMA kick box. So that's Control or Command D to duplicate. So there it is. I can close this box. And then let's look at the animator. So I have this entry point, and then it immediately goes into the idle. And then from the idle, it goes to run under when the condition run is true and when the condition run is false. And that is set by the scripts here, player locomotion. But I have other things in the player locomotion code, including this kick transition. So I'm going to add now this is a Boolean, but and that says true or false. So either is or isn't the case. But this new animation I want to be triggered. So I might as well just do it now under parameters. If I'm seeing layers, I need to hit parameters, and let's choose a trigger, and we'll call this HIGH KICK. Capitalize the K, the first K. Notice that the shapes are different. So the Booleans are square and the triggers are round, and it helps you visualize what you've got here. Back to my animations. Here's my MMA kick, high kick. I'll drag this in here. I'll put it, let's try putting it right here. And this, from this, I want to be able to go to high kick from either run or idle. And so I have this any state, which is very helpful for this. So I right click, make transition. There's my transition. And let's look at when I want this to be the case. So from any state, from either any state in the screen here, I can go to high kick. It says has exit time is unclicked, and that's what I want it to have an exit time. I want it to when it's done, go back to either go back to run or idle. It can't go back to any state. So I do want an exit time, and then I say under the conditions the list is empty. I'll say not run, but high kick. So high kick doesn't have a true or false state. It's not Boolean, so it's going to be triggered by the code. Now, after the high kick, it'll have an exit time. It should go either back to run or back to idle. And I have some stuff in the code that's looking for the speed of the object, because if the character is running, then I want it to go. For instance, if I hit the high kick and then immediately hit the S key, I want it to go into the run rather than into the idle. And vice versa. If I'm not hitting the S key, I want it to go into the idle. So I'll create a transition to run and a transition back to high kick, so that yep. Actually, I don't need this transition back. So that's just the delete key. What I need is from idle. Maybe I do. Let's do the way I have it. It's sketched out, and we'll try it. Then from idle, I need to go to. Here we go. From idle. I don't think I need an idle to the high kick either. Let's try it without. So I'll make a transition to idle, because I should be able to go from any state back to high kick. So maybe I just need transitions to and not back, huh? So here's the transition from high kick to idle. Click on that. And what I want is to note the speed. If the thing is moving, then I want the speed to show above a certain threshold, 0.1 speed, and if the speed is less than that threshold, to go back to idle. So let's create a new parameter, and this one will be a float. That's a floating point decimal. We'll call this speed. So again, it's going to be capitalized. And then we just leave that. We don't have to set it to anything. And so here, I want to look at the list if the speed is greater than 0. And I think I've got in my sketch here, greater than 0.1. I think that's what I said a moment ago. And so if this will go, if it's moving, it'll go into run, the run animation. And if it's not moving, that'll be this condition. We should again find. Now let's see here. Yeah, we do want the exit time, and we have an exit time here as well. So the exit time refers to the high kick. So it should, as soon as the high kick's done, then it'll check its speed, and if it's less than, so that's not moving, and we can fool around with these variables here. Then it should go to the idle. I think I'm done with this here. Let's try it out. I have another project open, So it may slow down some of this stuff. Okay, so we can move around, and then here we'll there we go. Okay, so something. She is doing a high kick, but not every time I want her to. I'm clicking. You can maybe hear the clicking of the keys here. So, yeah, she's just doing it. Okay, now, okay, so sometimes she'll do it twice in a row. So, that's the idle. Well, let's move a bit, and we'll do so I need to just check. I think the enter key, because I've been pressing both the enter and the space bar, just to, sometimes the space bar is a good key for an action. But I think it's the enter key that triggers this. Yeah, okay, it is the enter key. Okay, and so now it's doing fine. So something is now, but now it's not. So something, it's like the idle has to finish its animation. Let's look at that. So the idle, let's just look at the idle animation. Let's look at it here. It has a loop time, but we should be from any state, it should go to high kick if that is triggered. High kick. Has exit time. Let's get rid of that, because that's from any state, so it's giving me an exit time from idle or from run. And I think maybe that's my issue. Yeah, that was indeed my issue. Now, so right this moment, the kick won't actually. It's hard to get her without. There we go. The kick is not actually doing much of anything. She's moving the block with her character controller. So we need to add something to the kicking foot to give an extra impulse to objects. Because as it is, it's the character controller that's pushing things around. And in fact, I think we can demonstrate that a bit by looking at her character controller. See how wide it is? It gives her a lot of a lot of space around her that starts pushing things. We can look at this, and I like to often bring down the character controller size. It's not its skin width, but it's maybe its radius. So if we say 0.3, so now it really just it fits more around her body. We'll hit play again. I'll try to move this block. And you can see she can get a little bit closer to it. It's like now, I don't know if you noticed before, it was very much like she was, and so right there, her foot goes right through it. There is no sense in which she's kicking the thing. So we need to fix that. That's a whole new collider, and we'll add that next. But this is the ability to move around. I think I need to as well cut down on that transition time, because if she's running or moving, and let's see, I'll start her from back here. If she's running and I give her the kick, she skates a bit. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I even necessarily want to fix that, but let's see here. Let's add the collider to her foot next, and that will be the next video.